Well, good morning, everybody, or whatever time you're watching this. Here it is Sunday morning, and I feel like should start by apologizing in a way for not posting the Saturday edition of the Weekend Trader, probably for one of the few times since we began this trek back in July of '08 in terms of the blog. But I shut myself down yesterday and made the trek out to Foxwoods and pretty much played a 12-hour poker marathon nonstop. I got there at about 9 o'clock, played in the tournament, and played up until, well, it was about 10:30. So it was actually more than 12 hours, 10:30 in the evening, and then made the 2-hour trek back home. I did okay in the tournament. Didn't place. The money was the top 10 spots, 120 participants, and I came in 20th. So I played real well though, and then I played a cash game for the rest of the day. Didn't make any money in the cash game, but I played that for probably about 8.5 hours straight, and I pretty much ended up with what I started with. And as I've said before, for me, playing poker just instills some very good discipline. I was very good at not playing marginal hands. I was folding most of the night. Um, the only thing I really couldn't do is I had a couple of monster hands, and I tried to set the other person up such that I could get a big stack, big pot, but never worked out. I had ace six one time, and the flop came ace ace six, and I was slow playing it, and I just nobody else had a hand, and that happened a couple of other times. So just a reminder, and the jellies are well aware of this, that poker and trading is all about the outliers. And if you don't know what I mean, please, there is a key post menu in the lower left-hand side of this blog, and find the one that talks about outliers. And I've talked about that a lot lately, and that's really been the cornerstone for a lot of what we've done in the tank in terms of really trying to find the big one, whether it's that big one over the course of a day, over the course of a week, month, year, career, however you want to define that. But that is what trading is truly about, and going big during those times. I've actually got a lot to talk about, and I'll try to. Well, I have to squeeze it into the 10 minutes here. You may have detected a bit of a tone in my recent posts, and I'm going to call it a chip on the shoulder tone. And I'm going to explain a little bit about what that is. You know, uh, the vast majority of the financial community has been extremely supportive of what we've been doing, but there's a corner in one particular site out there, which I will not mention a name, which has thrown some attacks this way. And I pretty much refuse to deal with them. As I've said before, I enjoy building people up and working through my life productively, and I don't want to stoop to that level. But as Andy Shepard did a few days ago, in the form of Michael Douglas's performance in The American President, I figured it was finally time to respond one time. And that, along with a blue wall post, is about all I'll ever say about it. So, but I want to talk a little bit about just the tone in terms of a little bit of a chip on the shoulder, and you might have noticed that in recent posts, a little bit aggravated. And those of you that know me and who know my trading performance over the years know that I trade best when I'm aggravated. I trade best when I have something to prove, whether that's to myself or whether that's to an imaginary French swimmer in the Olympic pool, as we had the little race going on last year, or whether it's getting aggravated by a very tiny minority in this business that have nothing to do but sit in their mom's basements and type away anonymously and have at it with distorted facts and personal attacks and all that kind of thing. So again, I responded one time, and let the record show that it is what it is, and the wall is blue. But I was thinking more about this over the course of my day yesterday, and I was also watching. If you're following the World Series of Poker, there was a great interview with Antonio Esfandiari, who's the magician who's a very good poker player, quite well known, and he went through a bit of a phase lately where he really didn't care as much about his poker game. He was kind of playing half-heartedly. He was not going to bed at the right time. He was missing out on tournaments, and his head just really wasn't into it. And now he's getting back into it. And you can see he's motivated. He's a little aggravated, and that's exactly how I need to trade. I was, of course, last year and earlier this year, looking for any kind of what I would call bulletin board material. To get myself aggravated, to get myself in a state where I was extremely focused and I wanted to perform well. And it's been a bigger issue for me this year than it has been in the past because, frankly, this year I'm in a situation where I don't need to place another trade for the rest of my life because of what's happened over the last, not just last year, but the last couple of years, really, even leading up to what happened in '08 and in early '09. And I was not ticked. I couldn't get even the fictitious draw concept, which is so well publicized now. Again, left-hand side of the blog, if you haven't followed that. That lost its luster because I just knew it wasn't the case. So I found myself in a situation of playing big stack poker, basically, and not in a tournament where you have to risk it all at some point, but in a cash game, which is really what the trading game is about. So. It's nice to see Antonio's got himself fired up, and I'm looking for ways now to get myself fired up. If I have to take some personal digs to do that, I will. And for the most part, I'll internalize that to myself, and I will always let the results speak for themselves, and that sort of thing. So just a comment about that. I know I got a couple of emails from some people saying, why do you even bother responding? And kind of there's an underlying reason for that, and that's to get myself aggravated. As I said last year in the last post of the year, the Night to Dance post, I owe those groups a lot of credit. A lot of what I've done over the past couple of years is the direct result of people telling me that I couldn't do things or that I was full of hot air or not real and all that kind of thing. And thanks to that type of attitude and comment by a very small group, by the way, because again, most of the people know my record, which has been extremely public over the years, because of how I used that and turned that into motivation. That got me down here at 4 a.m. every day. That got me wanting to perform. That got me, putting in the 40, 50, $70,000 days. I wanted to prove them wrong so badly, and again, now it's all about internalizing a chip. I don't want to belabor my health issue or my weight loss issue, but today I tipped the scales at 180, and it's mission accomplished. I have lost 22.5 pounds. I now am in a situation where, as I've said recently, I am healthier than I have ever been, and I am now working alongside a support team, a network of traders that has grown from 20 to 40. Talked a little bit about the progress on Friday's post, and I'm going to see what this new race car can do. It's been a bit of a mission. I had the $1 million target last year, of course, from the trading perspective, which was well exceeded. And as I got into this summer, as I was going through my own retooling effort, I had a weight goal of 180 from about 202, 203. So I'm there. And now I want to see what this car can do. And I'm fired up. This is October. This is going to be a great trading month. Historically, it's the best trading month of the year. It was my $300,000 month last year. And also, I think we're coming up on or pretty near the anniversary of my one-day monster loss last year, which really set the stage for the final run. So. This is a good time to be a trader, and we've got to take advantage of it. We've got to maximize the potential out there. And I was pushing the team Friday morning when we had that open, and we had the jobs data report that shot us down. So we were looking for screaming buys. We were looking to size heavily, and then had a nice dance in the oscillations early on. So that's that. Again, a welcome to everybody from Trading Markets. My friends over there. I've had a great relationship with them over the years. Larry Connors and company. Keep up the great work. Thank you for recognizing what we've done with the charity and with the education over the weekend site. If you haven't seen it, there's a link in Friday's post. Take care. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you back, Jellies, tomorrow. Everybody else, take care. Bye.